Oh, we on? I didn't know that. Okay, I'm sorry. How y'all doing? Man, you caught me at a moment that I was into my reading and a CD that I've talked about on this show before. Bring Black Back by the Myatt Youth Group in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I'm sorry. I didn't know we were on yet, but that's all right. You got to hear a little bit of the CD that I talked to you about. Oh, yeah, this is Jim Klingman. Here you go. How's that? This is Jim Klingman. The name of this show is Blackonomics. And in case you haven't figured it out, I'm kind of in between characters because I want to talk to the young people today. Yes, the young people. Of course, you adults, you can listen in too because you need to know this as well. But I especially want to talk to the young people today. And I thought I would, as close as I could, get to, well, should I say, capture your attention with my wardrobe. You can see I have on the, you know, the little hat, the cap that they wear with the little flat thing, and the bill, you know, is flat, and you see my shirt. We'll talk about that later. But I wanted to do something on this show, as I always do, that will impact, that will inform, that will educate, and that will benefit us, black people, of course, as a whole. And today, I just want to talk about some things that are relevant to our young people. And as I said, the older people can get something out of it too. So come with me as we go on this trip. I was just reading, you know, when you caught me reading and listening to my music, I was reading a book called Jackie's 9 about Jackie Robinson. And there are 9 principles that are outlined in this book. The book was written by his daughter, Sharon. And there are principles that Jackie Robinson subscribed to. And they are courage, determination, teamwork, persistence, integrity, citizenship, justice, commitment, and excellence. Excellence, not mediocrity. Excellence. And those of you young people who don't know or haven't read a lot about Jackie Robinson, he was more than just a baseball player. And you need to maybe read a little more about him and understand the different facets of his life, not only what he went through in terms of playing baseball, but the other kinds of commitments that he made to helping black people. I have a quote in my very first book titled Economic Empowerment or Economic Enslavement, We Have a Choice. Jackie Robinson said, we have to be concerned about the masses of black people. It's not just about me. It's not just about one person. It's not just about Jackie Robinson. I'm paraphrasing now, of course. But his concern was about the masses of black people. And it was real ironic in some way that Jackie Robinson came to Cincinnati in 1972 for the World Series. And they celebrated his 25th year, the 25th anniversary of him coming into baseball, right down at our stadium, which is no longer there, in Cincinnati, Ohio. Shortly thereafter, he died. And to think that he came to Cincinnati, this symbol of the 9 principles, integrity, justice. How about justice? That was one of his principles. He came to Cincinnati, talked about his struggles, talked about the civil rights issues that he faced and how he helped with that. And here we are in Cincinnati, what, 36 years later? Still dealing with some of the same things that are captured in the 9 principles that Jackie Robinson espoused. Now, after I guess you've gotten over your shock. You know, well, Jim is usually in a suit and tie. That's right, I'm usually in a suit and tie. That's just the way I roll, as the young people say. But, clothes don't make the man. And we have to get beyond thinking that they do. Clothes do not make me what I am. And young people, clothing does not make you what you are. And if you're thinking that, you need to change it. I could have put on one of those big medallions with some ice in it, or whatever you call it these days, that turn, with the rim and all that stuff around my neck, and some watches and all this other kind of thing. But I didn't want to get too far out of character because I don't want it to be a caricature. I'm not trying to make fun of anybody or anything. I am not trying to be something that I'm not. I had my time as a young person. I'm no longer young. I understand that. But I wanted to capture your attention simply by putting on a cap and wearing my famous T-shirt to get some points across about some very relevant issues that affect and continue to affect and will affect young people as time goes by. And what I mean by as time goes by is the very near future. We are facing some catastrophic issues just around the corner, just over the next hill in this country, in this city, and globally. And if we as adults, first of all, don't learn about these issues and don't work to come up with strategies that are going to address these issues to the benefit of our children, then what are our children going to do when they are finally faced with these issues, with these impending negative issues that are certainly ahead of them? Now, it's not all gloom and doom. It's not the world's coming to an end. Well, it could. If God says so, it'll come to an end when he says. But there are some very positive, what can I say, developments going on and some opportunities that are available to us if we would seize those opportunities. But in order to seize the opportunity, we first have to know what they are, where they are, and how we access those opportunities. And that's a real big part of what we've been talking about here on Blackonomics in terms of education, information, knowledge, and then acting upon that knowledge. Not just sitting back and saying, oh, that's nice, or he said this, or I have all of this information in my head or at home or whatever, but it's acting upon the knowledge that you have. And in terms of our leadership, quote unquote, young people, I want you to use your critical thinking and to dig a little bit deeper beneath the surface of the things that you see and the people that you see that are considered leaders, and ask yourself, what are these leaders doing? Not what are they saying, that's pretty evident, but what are they doing? Where is the evidence? What is the manifestation of their words? Look for that when you decide who your leader is and who you're going to follow. And when you decide, and I hope you will, decide to be a leader, use that same critique for yourself. Don't put yourself out there and say, well, I'm going to lead, I'm going to be a leader, I want to be on top, and I'm going to be in charge of this or that. Ask yourself, what am I willing to do? What am I going to do? What is my plan of action? Because action is what it's all about. It's not just words. It's not just rhetoric and conversation and philosophy. It's about getting something done and leaving something here as a legacy for others to benefit from. You know, part of the reason that we exist is to help others, is to do what we can for others. And I would trust and hope and pray that all of you, not just the young people who are watching, but all of you would take this information and do something with it, do the right thing with it, not only for yourself, but for others. I've thought about doing this show for a few weeks, and I've been through different scenarios as to how I was going to get it done and what I was going to do. I went from one extreme to the other because, as I said, I didn't want to appear like this was some kind of comedy show. You know, I had my first intention was to do a complete makeover, and the, you know, with the clothing and the makeup and blacken my mustache and blacken my hair and look real young and all this. Well, I don't know if I can look young anymore, but you know, just to go into full costume. But I decided not to do that because I don't want you to be distracted from the information that we're trying to put out. But I do want you to relate to things that I say to your own life, because it's going to be your job, young people, to change the situation that we find ourselves in. We hear this word change a lot these days. That change is only going to come if you make it. Yes, we can guide the elders, we can guide, we can counsel, we can give advice, but believe me, well, I can't speak for all the elders, but this is one elder that doesn't want to be out here on the front lines anymore, walking and marching and fighting and doing. I've done all of that. And I have a legacy that I've left here to show you and others the kind of work that I've been committed to. You know what I want to do? I've said it before. I want to relax. I want to, and when I say relax, I don't mean just quit, not continue to write, not continue to speak and participate in initiatives. But relaxing to me is like riding my bicycle for about 100 miles and not have to worry about getting back home by a certain time. That's what I want to do. And I love cycling, and I want to spend a lot more time doing that. So young folks, especially you men out there, I'm looking to you to allow me to be able to do that a lot more than I'm able to do it now, okay?